Welcome back to Flowvia Automations, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can turn any PDF into an image using no code at all. So let's get into it. Alright, so the way that we're going to be doing this is using PDF.co's API for their PDF from image. So this API I find works really well, and I'm sure some of you are asking, why would you even need to take a PDF and turn it into an image? Well, a lot of the times, if you can see from an example like this, you'll have an image that was scanned by a phone. And when you scan something by a phone and you upload it, it saves it as a PDF, but you can't really highlight or extract any of the data from there because it's still an image base. So it was an image taken that turned it into a PDF. And so what you can do is actually take that PDF, turn it into an image, and then analyze and extract the text out of the image. So we'll go ahead and start building that out, which if you go into your n8n, the first node we're going to grab is the form submission. So we're going to have a way to upload the file to our system. So we'll just use this. If you have any other trigger that uploads the file to the system, you can use that as well. But for this, we're going to be using the form submission. So we're just going to say testing, just because we're not really using this for any workflow. You can implement any information that you want there. For the element type, we want to make sure we select file. We want to keep the accepted file types. We can obviously bring them down, but we'll just leave it open to make it easier. The file name, you can put anything you want. I like to put data just because in the workflow, the binary name will stay data all throughout, which makes it nice and easy. So we'll quickly go ahead and execute that step. And if you don't already, you want to get some type of scanned document or any type of image that you want to turn into it. And then you want to go ahead and upload it into the system. So that image that I just showed you, it's the same one that I'm going to be working with. And perfect. So now that we have that into the system, I'm just going to open up this node again and we are going to take a look. Okay, perfect. So now that you have this here, we actually need to get some type of public URL. So you need some type of URL linked to your file to be able to pull it out and send it to our API. And the way that I like to use this is by doing the Google Drive. You can use any other type of cloud hosting. You can even use PDF.co's API. They allow you to temporarily host files on there. But I like to use the Google Drive. That way, once we upload it, it's now hosted somewhere and we can reference the link of the image. So for this, we're just gonna still say testing. And you wanna select the correct folders that you have. We have one set up for this already. All right, perfect. So now that we have that, we can execute this step. Like I said, if you're using any other cloud like OneDrive or anything else, that's fine as long as it gives you something that you see here. So now that we've uploaded it, it's actually giving us a web view link. So now we have an actual link to that file. And something very important to note is that if you're using Google Drive, you want to make sure that the share access is open to public with anyone with a link. Because if you don't have that open, then you won't be able to upload or get this link out. But now that we have that link, we can actually go ahead and make that API call now. So if we go back into our PDF.co, this is going to be the post call that we're going to be using. And if you go into here, it's going to show you all the different fields that we have. But yeah, so based on all of this, we're going to go ahead and build out that API call. All right, so now that we're back into our n8n, I've already done this before, so I'm not gonna do it all over again, but we have the HTTP request brought over here. You can just copy through all of this. I did do the generic credential type here, so you change this to credential type, you do header authentication, and then it's gonna give you an option for a new credential. This is where you'll put your PDF.co API key. So you put your API key in here, and it can just be saved for future reference. If you wanna do it with the headers over here, you can do that as well. But for the body is going to be the main things that we're going to focus on. So we want to keep the content type to JSON, specific body type to using fields, and this is the field that we filled out down below. Nice and simple, the URL is just going to be whatever the value of the web view link was. So we can quickly connect that to take a look. Go back down here, yeah. So this is the web view link that we grabbed over for the document that we want to reference. Inline, you want to keep to true. Pages, this is a range. So if you only wanted to reference a certain amount of pages, you could do something differently. But if you do this statement here, the 0 dash, it'll reference all the pages within the file. You want to keep the async to false, and the redirects, you can keep this the same all down here. All right. So now when we go ahead to execute that step, it does take about 5 seconds or so. But once it comes back, it's going to provide us a URL link to our PDF or to our image now per se. So now that we have that, we can actually go ahead and download it by grabbing another HTTP request node. If we drag that over here and execute this, we can now take a look and investigate this. Remember when we started off with our binary file over here, it was a PDF. Now once you take a look over here, it's now been changed to a JPEG, an image. And we can quickly view it and see that it's been turned over here. Now that we have an image from our PDF, we can actually use OpenAI or any other AI model that you would want to analyze this image. So we're going to choose the model of the 4.0. What's in this image, we're going to actually change that to extract all the data in the image. So we wanted to extract all the data. We want to change this to binary file, and we want to make sure that this matches to whatever the name is here. If you used a different name in your form, it might be different, but it should still show as data. So now that you have all of this here, we can execute this step. And what the AI is going to do is it's going to simply just analyze that image. And once it's done, it's going to return us all of the data that it finds. Keep in mind, the more clear the picture that you scan, obviously the better that this is going to turn out. But yeah, you can see down here, we have a bunch of the information returned. If you can notice that it's not really structured for us in any proper schema, and there is no option within OpenAI to do this directly. So what you're going to need to do is actually grab another OpenAI node, and we're going to message a model. Select the model that you want to use. I like to use the 4.1 mini. I feel like it uses the least amount of tokens, but it's the most effective. And then from here, we're going to simply ask this to structure the data. So we're going to ask this to structure the data, change this to expression, drag over the text, and now we have all of this. Obviously, if your workflow was doing something specific, you can give this way more requirements. You can tell it how to behave to according whatever you want it to do, but that's up to you. We're going to execute this step. We're not actually done, but I just want to show you guys something. If you just leave it like this and execute the step, it's going to return the data pretty much exactly how we got it. So if you see here, it hasn't really structured it in the schema way that we like to be able to use it further. So what you need to do is you actually need to add in an option here, and you want to scroll down to the output format. I'm like looking the whole time and it's right there. Okay, so what you're going to be looking for is the output format, which is down here, and you want to keep it to JSON object. It does say JSON schema is recommended, and the reason why is because you can actually give it the exact schema that you want. So if you want this to be structured in the exact schema that you would like, you can actually do it this way, but we're going to keep it to the object just to make it easier for this video. And once you execute this step, it's going to now return all the information, but within an actual way where we can use it for further nodes. So as you can see, everything has been split up properly in a way that we can extract all of that information. And from here, I'm sure you guys can do anything you would want. You can use base row, Airtable, or whatever you would need to now have that extracted data from that document that you had originally uploaded to wherever you need. So you can kind of see the use of that. Mainly it's for scanned documents. So anytime someone scans a document, it's now in a PDF format, but it's still an image. So we need to actually transform it back into an image, analyze the text on there, extract it, and then we can go from there. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe down below. But other than that, if you would like to see anything for future videos, also please let me know down below. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.